Hi, do you like playing video games? Well, I hope you do, because we're going to play a video game today, and it's going to be a good video game. Actually, it's a bad video game. It's called Spikes of Doom. Okay, so first of all, here's the test. Alright, things should be moving now. With that being said, this is the thing. Allow me to go to YouTube. I said go to YouTube. Oh, that's not good. .com dashboard. Okay, here we go. Hey, LMAO. Alright, so let's teach you all how to play a level called Machination, made by a video game boy known as Rocket. Rockety. Known as Rockety. Okay, so let's just make a copy now. And it's creator mode enabled. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, now we have a copy of this bad level. It's actually pretty bad. The only good thing about it might be its gameplay, but the decoration is complete crap for many reasons. Also, I forgot. I am purposely going to change my colors to my classic colors that I had back in 2016. Just so you're able to tell that these flashes of yellow are actually player color flashes. So you won't be seeing, it'll be different colors. Okay. So let's start from the very beginning. Right here, it's very simple. You just click the orb. Don't click too early, otherwise you're dead, and late you're dead. So yeah. Alright, this is the first hard timing of the level, right away at 1%. Pretty much the trick here is you want to click with the song. You see that little 8-bit sound? Like a hit sound? Duh. Right there, you want to click right to that. You notice when you click to it, you get a lot of height compared to when you just click right away. You can also do that, which does work, apparently. I should maybe fix that sometime. Maybe, I don't know. But for now, you can also do that if you want to be a big boy and do this. There you go. Right here, all you have to do is just hit the blue orb and then go over and then hit that lead. I'm going to skip right past all the stuff that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm mainly covering the things that might be hard for some people. So they just know what the hell to do in certain situations. All of this is 0.5 speed, by the way. Alright, so right here, what I typically do is I go up in the air to give myself a better position here, because if I just do this, it's kind of awkward. I don't like it very much. However, I go up in the air, it's all good. See right there, you can be in a really awkward position. However, if you go in the air, you're in a much better location. Oh, cool, Zervia, thank you. Well, yeah, Zervia, I beat Machination. The video is already up on YouTube. Now this is a tutorial thingy thing. So yeah, I recommend you go high, and then boom, there you go, okay. This is self-explanatory, just get in between these spaces, just hit this right away. Right here, what you want to do, let's do that, 0.5, let's bring that. You just like wait a split second here, and that will give you a good positioning for it. You want to hit that pink orb late. All this is, again, self-explanatory. A lot of this is pretty easy to understand until later on, where things get more complicated. Duh. This actually looks pretty cool with blue, not gonna lie. Hit that. I recommend hit this later than you may think. Some people may be tempted to click right away because it's just a lone pink orb, but don't forget that it is inside a block here. So if you try and click right away, you are very dead. Make sure you wait later. There we go. the music kind of helps here. Like the little drum tap right there, that's a pretty good representation when you want to click. This entire level is very based off the song for the most part, and the music helps a lot with the timing. Yeah, cool. Alright, so yeah, let's do that. Alright, so right away, don't forget this spike here. It's invisible when you reach it, but it is very there, and if you don't jump, you are going to become very dead. You don't want to be dead in this game. Being dead is bad. Alright, so next... What did I do? Oh, okay, I should probably delete that. Going great, Rocket. Alright, so... Now this is where 1x speed. When you reach here, do not forget it is 1x speed. Some people may be tempted to put it 2x speed. Don't do that, otherwise you're bad. Okay, so when you start this section, it is going to be purely dark. So it's going to be a little spooky. It's very spooky. I'm spooked. What you want to do is just want to jump right away, right? Just jump instantly, and then hit this blue orb instantly. If you hold down, it's fine. There is J blocks that prevent you from jumping again. You have to actually click again. And yeah, also, click right away as soon as you land on the ground. Don't wait, otherwise you're gonna die on those spikes that you saw right there. Like those spikes right there are gonna kill you. Alright. Yeah. Okay, doing a practice run of this level is really not smart because, again, a lot of the timings on this level are very based on the music, and the music helps a lot. Okay, so you may notice we're in 1x speed, and this is a triple spike. If you try and jump here and click right away, you are going to die. And it's a little tight, you have to be patient and wait a little bit. There you go. You have to wait. You will be very tempted to just jump right away. Don't do that. And of course, don't wait too long, otherwise dead. Okay, I'm trying to give a demonstration of waiting too long, but I'm too good. There you go. That's what will happen if you wait too long. Alright. So inside the actual level, see, it's really tempting to just jump instantly. Don't jump right away. You want to wait a second. Okay, wait a second. Oh god, it's hard. This is why this is an insane demon. It's a lot of tight timings. Anyway, alright. So once you get over this triple spike, don't click this right away, otherwise this is going to poke your head and you're going to lose your brains. You need your brains so you can play this game. If you lose your brains, you're brain dead. Alright. Okay, so... Yeah. Okay. Next, this little pink orb right here, you don't hit. This is meant to trick you out and confuse you. In all reality, there's a red orb here, and if you try and click, you die. Pretty much how you know when to click is when you hear the little 8-bit hit sound. That little dent right there. Da, da. So pretty much don't click here. No matter how tempted you are to click, don't do it. Otherwise, you're bad. Okay. This one is pretty simple. You just click that and then hoppity hoppity. Let's put that there. I don't do that. Don't jump right away here, otherwise you die. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, actually, speaking of, I should probably turn on low detail mode, just so the stream can handle it. There we go. Alright, low detail mode. Okay, so don't click right away, just wait a second and then click. If you wait a second, it's pretty simple. Just wait a second and then click, and then hold down. And then you want to let go and click there. Just let go and click right away and you'll be fine. And then right here you want to well, you don't have to click this actually, I just realized. But I click anyways. If you want to click that, you can, but I don't think you have to, but I recommend it. It just makes it easier. Let's put that there. For now, just jump hippity hoppity over. Alright. So this is another timing right here. What you want to do is you want to hit this blue orb late. And it's a pretty simple timing. This is one of the easier timings to level, but it's easy to forget to hit that late. Just remember to hit that late. Next, there's this blue orb right here, which is tight, but it's not too bad. Just jump and then click and hold down. If you hold down, you'll be fine, and hoppity hoppity. Alright, next there's this pink orb. You may notice that there's a saw blade, or whatever the hell you call this, inside of it. You want to click this pink orb instantly. You do not want to wait, otherwise if you wait, you're dead. There you go, see, you die like right away if you try and wait. I love coffee. Coffee's good. So yeah, you hoppity hoppity, and then, alright, this is a tight timing right here. This is the first really tight timing besides the one over there at 1%. You need to hit this dash orb late. Now, I know dash orb timings are a little rare. You're probably not used to them. But you just need to treat this like any other orb. Forget the fact that this is a dash orb. Just remember, this is like every other orb. You can time it. And what you want to do is you want to hit this dash orb late, because if you hit it instantly, let me zoom in. I can't zoom in, so let me do save and play. If you hit it instantly, you're dead. You hit those spikes right there, and you just keep dying. What you want to do is you want to hit the dash orb late, and you can tell I cleared it through because I hit it late. And just practice hitting it late, and you'll get used to it after a while. It'll be confusing at first, but you'll get used to it. As you can tell, I'm hitting it pretty much every time. At first, you may have a hard time hitting it, but it'll become second nature over time. Okay, now don't hit it too late, otherwise I think you might land on this spike. I'm not entirely for sure. And then, of course, hold down. Sometimes I let go too early and died on this spike. That's normal. That happens. Okay, now this might be a little confusing, but these portals right here are invisible, so don't try and hold down here, let go, and try and hit this. Don't try and fall onto this, because there's portals right here. So just let go when you're around at this tile, let go, fall, and you're gonna hit this flip gravity portal, and then click. And at that point, you hold down long enough to let go, and then click on this orb right here. And there you go. So to recap, let's go back here. Let's go ahead and recap and show you that whole section. Alright, so there you go. Now that's the whole section right there. No, I like chatty. Alright. Okay, so next, there's this section. This section is a little different. You want to listen to the music and click to it. Every time you hear this sound right here. You see how it kind of echoes? That little, like that, I don't know how to call it, how to explain it, but that little sound you hear. See how it echoes. In the first half of this section, you just hear the sound. Well, this time it has a bit of an echo. And due to that, you want to go ahead and click. Every time you hear that sound, you're going to want to click right away. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like in normal mode. So yeah, just click and you'll get used to it. So you can click there and it'll be fine. Now you don't have to worry about timing it perfectly. You can pretty much just hold down and you'll hit it fine. Just don't keep holding down, otherwise you're dead. Just click or hold down and boom, there you go. But I usually click to the music. Alright, this spike right here is almost invisible in normal mode. If you look closely, you'll see the very tip of the spike. You can use that tip to decipher how late you want to wait before you click, but it's not too hard. It's just a bit of a late timing here. Just time it late. Don't click right away, otherwise you're dead. You want to wait a little bit. And of course, once you click it, you want to just go and click again to the music. Alright, once you get past that, you'll reach this point right here. Excuse me, I just ate, sorry about that. Next, you're going to want to click this pink orb to help get you through this one block wide space. And there you go. And of course, remember to click to the music. Now remember, all these portals are invisible. Just use your memory and just, if you've heard the song enough, you'll know when these audio cues play. And you'll know when to click. Alright. Alright, so this next timing right here is not too tight, but you need to be careful. It's easy to jump right away because it's tempting. If you jump right away, you're gonna fall short right here. You see, if you jump too early on this block right here, you're gonna fall short and you're gonna die. You wanna wait a little longer before clicking. That way you actually land on this block right here. And as soon as you land, you just jump again, hit this blue orb, and you wait a split second again on this block and jump. It's just a few pretty basic late timings. So for people who are new to timings, this might be a little tricky, but for those who are experienced with timings, this should be pretty self-explanatory. You should be able to get used to it pretty quickly. It's just a few late timings, and oops. It's just a few late timings, alright. Okay, now here's the first really big tip I have for you. When you hit this last little thing here, and you're in flip gravity, you want to hit this blue orb late, alright? Because let me show you what happens when you click it early. You fall way short of this portal right here. Like it doesn't matter how late you jump, for the most part, you're just dead if you click the blue orb instantly. You want to wait a little bit. If you wait a little bit, you'll be in perfect position to hit this little thing right here. Thank you, N64. Okay. So just wait a second, and then you'll be able to hit that fine. And there you go. So, and lastly, you hit that. Alright. So, those are the tips there. Now let me showcase to you the entire level. Well, not the entire level, what we know so far about this entire little section here. Late, 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 late. There you go. Alright, so that's the whole part right there. That's the whole section. It's actually pretty fun. I think this is one of the funner parts of the level. It's not too hard to learn. It just takes some practice. It's just a few timings here and there, but it's nothing too bad. It's a lot less timing oriented. I'd say the first 12% has a lot more timings compared to this section, so this section shouldn't be too bad. Even if you're inexperienced with timings, you should be able to get the hang of this section with enough practice. Now again, I recommend you don't do it in practice mode because again, as you can clearly tell, this section is very dependent on the music, and timings are a lot easier done with the music playing than without. Okay. So next is this section here. This is when we transition from 1 speed to 0.5 speed. You don't see the speed portals, but remember when you enter this section that you are in 0.5 speed now. Okay. 0.5 speed. I bet everyone left, but I don't really care. I'm just making this for future reference so people can watch it in the future. Okay, so now we're here. This section's a little tough. I think if you aren't used to these game modes, it's gonna be tricky. This is most definitely one of the harder sections of the level. So I'm gonna run you through this as best as I can. Right here, you just want to hit this blue orb right away. Next, you want to double tap. Click, double tap. Just practice this a couple times. If you're inexperienced UFO, just practice doing this over and over, because chances are you're gonna wind up either clicking too slow or too fast, which is gonna make you land too early here on this spike. So what you want to try and do is do your best to get used to just tap to tap, tap to tap, tap to tap, and just keep getting used to that. Once you feel comfortable doing this, you can keep doing it. I also recommend you don't start tapping right away, otherwise you might wind up hitting one of these spikes. Wait a split second. And yeah, okay. Tap to tap, tap to tap. Alright. Once you are used to performing that timing right there, what you want to do then is start just not jitter clicking, but you can just kind of spam click a bit. So what you're going to do is tap, tap. This little slope right here is going to help you out. Alright, so as you noticed, as soon as I started clicking, I just kept tapping. I wound up hitting this blue orb here, and I kept clicking until I reached the slope. Tap to tap, okay. This spike right here might kill you a couple times. It's okay. Tap, 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 and there you go. Pretty simple, pretty easy. It just takes a little bit of practice and you'll get used to it. Thank you, N64 Doc. Alright, so once you've done that, the next thing you're going to do is hit this. Now, don't click right away on this black orb right here. If you click on this black orb right away, you're going to wind up using it before you go and flip gravity. You want to be a flip gravity UFO before clicking on this, otherwise you're going to die. Let me show you what happens if you try doing it right away. You just send yourself straight to death if you click right away. You want to wait a second. See, now you're fine. Just keep doing that. Just practice this enough until you're comfortable with it. Until you're comfortable. And there you go. Once you're used to that, that should become second nature over time. Alright, this next part right here is most definitely tricky. If you're not used to UFO, this is gonna kill you. And it's gonna be hard to get used to. But again, like I said before, the music is incredibly helpful. So, this here. Mini UFO 0.5. Pretty much the first click you do, you want to sync in with the music. Da 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 da. Pretty much there's a bit of a rhythm to it. I can't really give many tips on this specific section, unfortunately. It's made to be a bit tight, so just practice it, just get a rhythm going. There is a bit of a rhythm to the clicks. Once you learn it, you should be able to do it pretty consistently. It's just gonna confuse you for a moment. And once you get used to the rhythm, you should be able to pull it off without much hassle. Alright, so there you go, there's that. Alright, coming up next is this dash orb. Pretty simple. Just hold down and then you'll hit this pad here. It's very simple. And now we're in the ball section. This ball section just has some somewhat tight timings that you have to worry about. And these timings are going to slip you up a little bit the first time around. For instance, this blue orb right here, you want to hit late. Notice I waited a little bit before hitting it. Because it doesn't matter how late you hit it, as long as you hit it and you hit it late, you're going to be fine. If you hit it too early, you're dead. And then, of course, if you wait too long, you're not going to even hit the orb at all. Just hit it a little late and you'll be fine. Like, seriously, you can still click rather quickly and you'll still miss this spike, no problem. Next, you'll land here. Then there's this. This right here, if you're not used to ball, this might be hard the first time around. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Just practice clicking to a rhythm on this little section here. Okay, let me try and position this right. Just get used to doing the 3 clicks. Now, force of habit, you might click too early here. If that happens, don't worry, it happens. Sometimes you die. Just get used to this 3-click pattern here, and you'll get used to it in no time. Okay, once you do that, you're going to want to go ahead and hit this black orb right here. Make sure you don't click like as fast as possible, otherwise you might do that. Which I'm pretty sure is going to kill you no matter what you do, because you're going to be a mini ball. So yeah, this isn't a secret way. Yeah, this isn't a secret way, because if you try to go down here, you might die, and even if you didn't die, it would just be bad. So yeah, there is no secret way here. You're just dead if you try and pull that off. Okay. Alright, so now... Okay, actually let me confirm with that to make sure. Okay, make sure that's the actual case here. I'm gonna wait. Okay, what happens if you're a mini cube here? I'm just gonna make sure everything's okay here, because I don't want anything to fall apart. Oh, that's not good. Okay, where the hell is the start position? There it is. Alright, foot gravity. Okay. Yeah, I play it occasionally. That is a bug that I'm gonna need to fix. Oh no. I might need to fix that. That's okay. I'll fix that afterwards. Okay. So where the hell is the start position? Okay, I'll fix that later. So yeah, I just did that. Now, there's these 2 pink orbs right here. These 2 pink orbs are tight. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is going to be a tight timing, and if you're not used to ball timings, this is going to trip you up big time. You're going to want to click this black orb here, and then you're going to try and hit these pink orbs to a bit of a rhythm. You may notice I hit this second pink orb late. If you click right away, you die. You have to hit this second pink orb late. That way you have a bit more height. Because if you hit this pink orb too early, you pretty much bonk your ball against the ceiling. And since you're bonking your ball against the ceiling, it makes you fall faster. However, if you hit this second pink orb late, it allows you to have some air time, which allows you to reach this platform here. And there you go, now you're fine. Next you go down here. This is a bit tight, you'll get used to it. Okay, now this next little thing is a little sneaky, but once you get used to it, it'll be fine. You don't want to do this. Wait, that's not right. You don't want to do this. I wouldn't recommend it, but what I tend to do is that. However, if you want to do that, you can, but it's not reliable. I recommend you just get used to doing this little ball trick right here where you go up. And of course, this is the ship section, which you just need to practice. There's not much I can really say about that. Just make sure you hit this yellow portal as early as you can without hitting this spike. Otherwise, you're gonna fly right into this and die. Okay, so here's a bit of a recap so far. Let me show you the parts so far. Oops. See? It's a tight part. This section of the level is most definitely a hard one. I don't know if it's the hardest section of the level, but it is pretty difficult. Okay. So yeah, there's that section. Okay, you don't do that, by the way. Okay. So next there is this right here. Alright. So what you're gonna do is when you transition to this part, you are going to want to hold down. As soon as you go through this teleporter right here, you're gonna want to hold down. That way when you land on this edge, you move down. Because if you don't click, you just die on this spike right here. And when you play in normal mode, you don't actually see the spike either. You just fall and then die. So just make sure you hold down. That way you actually move. And hold down and then click. Hold down, click. Hold down, click. It's pretty simple. Once you get used to it, you do it every time. Alright. Once you do that little timing there, remember everything's still 0.5 speed. Next you're going to want to do this. Just hit that, no problem. If you hit it late, you die. If you do it early, well, you're fine for the most part. The next is a little tight move here. Just wait longer than you may think you need to wait. Just wait a little longer and you'll be fine. Wait. If you don't wait, you die. But if you wait, whoa. If you wait, you're good. Just wait a little longer than you may expect and you'll be fine. Just wait and there you go. Next, you're going to want to click. As soon as you land, you want to click again. Like, as soon as you land, click again. And pretty much you're noticing, I'm hitting this pink pad up there. As soon as you hit the pink pad, you're going to want to click again. What that's going to do is position you perfectly to hit this pink dash orb. And then as soon as you hit the pink dash orb, you're going to want to let go and hit this green orb. It's a bit quick, it's all in one rapid succession, but you will get used to it, so don't do that. Okay, let's just do this. So you land there, you drop. So right there. I'm hitting the pink pad, and as soon as I hit the pink pad, I click to hit the pink dash orb, and as soon as I hit the pink dash orb, I let go and hit the green orb. It's just a chain of inputs that might take a little practice, but you'll get used to it after a bit of practice. Okay, then there's this section. This section's rather self-explanatory. Just don't click right away so you don't jump into this death here. It's just a bit of timing. It's okay. Don't click here. This is meant to trick you out. You don't actually have to click here. It's kind of like an auto. You just hit that and then fall here. This pink orb, this blue orb right here is tight. No matter what you do, just expect to die here a couple times. It doesn't matter how much practice you give here. This is purposely made to be a tight timing. You want to hit it late, obviously. If you hit this ledge here, you're likely going to hit this spike and die. If you don't hit this ledge, you're going to be fine. Here on this little UFO section, some people click twice, some people click 3 times. Let me demonstrate this. Some people click twice. Okay, that's not right. Some people click twice. I click 3 times. Just how I do it. I click 3 times. But if you want to click twice, you can. It's just a little nerve-wracking, honestly. Okay, alright, so then there's this, just easy ball movements. Here, pretty simple. This is this little dash orb. This is going to be confusing at first if you are not used to timings, but it's self-explanatory. Just hold down, don't let go too early, don't let go too late, just let go and then boom, you're good. of course you can't skip anything because you die, because S blocks. And there's this part right here, which I like a lot. It's a little ship section, and you are going to have to practice the hell out of this. If you are not used, if you practice straight flying all the time and you never actually practice controlling your ship, this part's gonna annoy you a little. I designed this to kind of force you to know how to control your ship, because this part is all about ship control. There's no straight flying involved. It's just ship control. And if you can't control your ship, you're gonna die here often. So just ship control. Just get used to doing it. Just get used to doing the ship section over and over until you're comfortable with it. Okay. Hello, Ram, and thank you. Okay, there's this wave section here. This wave section's hard. That's the long and the short of it. I can't really give you any tips on it. It's just get used to doing this wave section and just practice it. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, then there's this 0.5 speed. By the way, this transition here is 0.5 speed. You don't see it, but there is 0.5 speed here. Just make sure when you start here, you're at 0.5, and then now you're in this section. This is the start of the quote-unquote drop, and this is roughly at 55%, I'm pretty sure. Pretty much what you want to do is you don't want to wait too long here. You kind of want to just tap as soon as you can, because if you wait too long, you're going to hit this blue orb right here. See, I hit the blue orb and I just fell to this death. Also, don't hold down, otherwise you jump right into the spike and lose your brains. And you need your brains to play this video game, because brains are important. So just tap, and there you go. Da da da. It's very based off the song. Da da da. Da da da. And make sure you hold down all the way through. Don't let go once during this jump, this last jump. Just hold down the whole time. Alright. Next, there's this UFO section. Pretty much, you don't want to click too early. If you click too early, you die. Let me demonstrate this. You may notice you hear me clicking, however, I'm not jumping. That's because you're jumping right into this block. And this is likely going to kill you a couple times. Get used to waiting a split second and then jumping. That way, you actually jump. And you actually have plenty of time too. You can wait a little longer than you may think before it kills you. You can still wait a little bit and you'll be fine. It may be a little awkward to hit this green orb, but still. Alright, so this is self-explanatory, just jump here. If you want to, you can actually jump twice during this little slope section, but it makes it really weird and different. Like you can tell, it's very different, so I recommend you just do one jump. And okay, next there's this right here. This is a little deceiving. If you watch my verification video, you may notice that I click here. Some people may think that's a mistake. That is not a mistake. You may notice if I don't click, I die on this spike. You have to mix in both the distance you get from this pad and the jump. Because if you just jump normally, you die. You can do click twice here if you want, but I don't recommend that. Just click with the pad. And there you go. Now you got that, and you're happy. You're a happy boy now. Congratulations. You're a bouncy baby boy. Alright. So click. Alright, this blue orb right here, you're gonna die at a couple times. Yeah, it's an insane demon. So if you don't even have a medium demon under your belt, I don't recommend you try and do this. It's a little tight. It's a little tough. So now, if you click too early, you die. That's just the long and the short of it. You're dead. Also, don't jump late here. Otherwise, you're dead. You tend to think that you need to click late on this pad jump, but you don't. You actually want to click earlier than you may think. That way you are in a good position for this next timing right here, which is, again, pretty tight. Sometimes you're going to miss this blue orb, sometimes you're going to hit it too early. You just kind of have to adjust and get used to this timing right here. Alright, that's not good. Next, just jump and then hold down. And then there's this little pink orb timing here. It's not that bad, just get used to hitting it late. Because if you hit it right away, you die. If you hit it too early, you might die on this block. Just get used to timing it. Clicking to the music, again, helps a lot. If you click to the music, it makes it a lot easier to time. See, if you click too early, you might die here. Not the best. I mean, I recommend giving it a shot. I think you might have fun. And again, if I were to recommend you play a section, I would say this section right here you might enjoy, because it's just a few advanced timings. It's nothing extreme, and it's just a bit of memory, and I think you might enjoy it. I'd say the hardest timings of the whole section is probably this triple spike jump and this dash orb right here. Besides that, everything else is rather simple. And maybe this jump right here if you're not used to timing jumps late. Like, those are really the only complicated parts of that whole section. The rest is pretty easy to get used to. So yeah, back here. Alright, so now do that jump. Next you go up, and then you want to hit this this black orb here. I'm gonna kind of skip over this because a lot of this is rather self-explanatory. Just hit that. Don't hit that blue orb too early, otherwise you die. Alright, now there's this timing. This timing right here is one of the hardest timings in the level, and it's at 60-something%. You are going to die here. There's a good chance you are in normal mode, because you have to pull this jump off. This jump is a little tight. It's not too bad, but it's easy to go too late or too early, and either jump here or die here. Just get used to jumping here. Next is this blue orb. Hitting it is simple. However, if you hit it too early, you die. You hit it too late, you die. You want to hit it just right so you fit in between these blocks. You also want to make sure you only tap this blue orb, because if you hold down, you jump again. And it's bad. Lastly, once you have both of these two tight jumps down, you have the hardest of the three jumps, this green orb. Let me show you what happens if you try and click this green orb right away. You die. If you click right away, you're dead. If you click too late, you're dead. You have to click it at a certain amount. You kind of have to wait just at this perfect time. And unfortunately, there is no music cue for this timing. You just have to get used to timing this orb correctly. There is no music cue. It's just get used to timing this orb, and it is a tight timing. So yeah, this little section here, you might die at a couple times, because it's 3 tight jumps all in 1 second long part. This is a single second long, and yet there are 3 different problematic timings. So you most definitely want to try and get used to this. See, I'm still dying at it even though I'm trying. Okay. Next is a pretty simple ship part. Just hit those green orbs here, and then hold, and then straight fly. It Usually just takes 2 clicks to do this straight fly, but if it requires more, that's fine. Alright, now another hard cube section. This cube timing right here is deceivingly tricky. Let me show you what happens when you don't jump at all. You die. Let me show you what happens when you jump too early. You die. If you jump too late, you die. Don't worry, this is gonna where you die. You have to jump into this flip gravity portal late. Alright? Next, you have to hit this blue orb late. Because if you hit it right away, you die. You hit it too late, you die. Again, this level is hard. I'm telling you, man, this is not an easy level in the slightest. You have to get used to doing this timing. The music helps, but it's not perfect. And of course, don't try and use this, just jump over this portal and hit this, and then you'll land here. It's a bit of a fake out. Just jump over this portal, hit that, and then boom, you're there. Next, you want to hit this pink, black orb. Just hit that, and then this is the tightest wave section of the level. Just practice this wave section. The only tip I can really give with this wave section is don't do that. Try waiting before clicking this first time, because if you click right away, you might be in an awkward position. I suggest you like wait a little bit before clicking. That way you have a lot more room for error on this second little wave here. Makes it easier on you. This gives you a little more room for error. Because if you click right away, it kind of makes it a lot tighter. However, you give yourself some time, makes things easier. And the rest is just practice. Okay, this next section's pretty simplistic with enough practice. Just hit this yellow orb. Don't go through the portal, otherwise you die. Just hit the yellow orb right away. That way you don't go inside this flip gravity portal. I'm not going to tell you how to do this this right here. Just practice it. You'll get used to it. It's just a matter of paying attention to the right game mode and getting used to the timings. It becomes pretty easy once you learn the section. Here, this is a bit of a tight timing. I actually died here in normal mode. I actually died here in normal mode today before I beat the level. Just get used to pulling this off right here. It's tight, but you get used to it. Hit those late. Pretty much right here, you will know when to let go when you hear the little hi-hats, I think it's called. Okay, hold on. Let go, let go. Pretty much that little sound there is when you let go, and that's how you'll know. I do, but I'm not very active in it anymore. Not anymore, really. But you can join it. If you want to contact me directly, my tag is capital D. It's Dustin5962. Ow. I can send it in the chat if you want me to. Those timings right there are tight. Oh, I died at the high invisible spike. Cool. But yeah, if you want to contact me directly, this is my tag. Alright, so these timings, just get used to them. And then lastly, there's this cheeky little invisible spike. Pretty much you hear ba-da-da-da, Okay, I can't sing it, obviously. Pretty much, the moment you hear my click, try and click to the little 8-bit sound. I would say it like this. I think you click on the 4th 8-bit sound. I think it's the 5th, actually. Just like click. Right there. Pretty much just do it like that. And there you go. And that's Machination. Cool. Alright, so for the rest of this tutorial, which is pretty much finished, I'm just gonna play it, because why not? Because, surprise, surprise, I like my own level. So let's play it now for a little bit. Let's start from the drop here, we'll recap the drop. Oh. You can do that, by the way. You might miss the green orb once or twice. Oops. See? That timing right there is tight. It really is. Alright. Alright, see ya, man. Anyways, yeah, so that's how you do it. That's how you do the level. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna bring myself back to normal colors. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching.